Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Hunt the ball. Let's go, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Hello, football family. Welcome into Huddle It Up Films Week 8 NFL picks with Alec, who is, by the way, 61-36. So once again, try to tell people to watch the show, Alec. They don't watch the show, and you're 61-36. So here we are, my friend. The joke is on them. What you got to say this week, Alec? How you feeling about your picks?
I think this week's a little bit easier than last week. Last week was hard, and it kind of showed in our records.
Yeah, the funny thing about Alec is not only is he 61-36 in his picks, but he actually predicted an off week, and the SOB had an off week. I'm like, this guy, I'm about ready to get my lottery numbers from Alec over here and like some life advice. I'm going back to my roots, bro. Back to the College Park. Yeah, back to the College Park days to try to get my picks going when I was actually a smart young man, journalism major, if you can believe that. Yes.
Oh, really? Nice.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, wrote for, the Diamondback, wrote a little bit for the Bowie Blade News. Shout out to the people in Bowie. Actually was the circulation of the newspaper, which AKA meant I had 73 paper boys and paper girls that I worked for. And when I didn't have one for a route, guess who delivered it?
That was you.
Yeah. So all those people in Bowie in the C streets and the M streets, that was me. I was your guy back in the day. Any former paper boys, paper girls out there, let me know. Tony Jones, Joey Arch, two of my favorites. Hopefully they are alive and well, man. You never know in this cruel world. So let's get to the games, Alec, because people don't want to hear my stories. And by the way, Alec's stories are worse, so you don't want to hear him. Cincinnati going to the Jets. Wait, who's playing quarterback for the Jets, Alec?
It's not Flacco. And that's why they're going to lose. No.
It's my turn to go first. Damn it! It's my turn to go first.
I didn't. Hey, they could still lose and then not cover. I said nothing. I said nothing yet.
So we'll set this up properly. Cincinnati is a 10.5-point favorite going to New York to face the Jets. I'm going with the Bengals. The reasons are plentiful, so I will just speak for my allotted 10 seconds here and once again say congratulations to the Bengals for a big win last week, and I expect them to smash the Jets.
Me too. It's my locked-in pick. I think the Bengals know how to put up points, and the Jets are just abysmal. And I can't remember who it is. I wanted to say it's like Chris Smith, but basically it's like a Madden generated, like the most generic name you can imagine quarterbacking, and it's not gonna be good. The next game is Dolphins at Bills. This is a big spread. Bills are a 13.5-point favorite. I'm going to go with the Dolphins here because I think that's a little bit too rich for a team that I think can hang. We've been seeing Waddle improve, and it looks like Parker might be back this week finally after like just week after week being ruled out. I think they'll have enough offensive firepower against the Bills defense to at least keep it competitive. But I think the Bills will win handily. It's just a matter of the Dolphins covering.
Okay, I'm expecting to pick up a delta on this one. Picking the Bills. They've had some ridiculous point spreads before, and they've covered them. So I'm just going by that. And then this Miami team, maybe it's a out of spite pick, Alec. I think I had them at 7-10 before the season.
Yeah,
or 8-9, and they look terrible. So I think Tua's back practicing. I think I saw that. I tried.
Yeah, Tua's playing. Tua's
playing, so maybe that'll keep it close, but I'm still going with the Bills. Another big spread. We're seeing some big spreads. We're getting them out early here. The LA Rams minus 14.5. Had to get the half in there, you know what I mean, just to mess it up.
I know.
At the Houston Texans. This is another one, Alec, where the Texans, they let me down last week. It was like 17.5 points. Like, come on, just give me a turnover. Give me a something. Come on, David Culley. I know David Culley is a wonderful coach, as we call him here in Baltimore. His team is not wonderful at this point. Brandon Cook's popping off like, brother, you signed with the Houston Texans. What do you expect? So I'm taking the LA Rams to cover that 14.5 versus Houston. I think Houston is slowly but surely falling in a downward spiral. And, hey, man, when NFL players start checking out, it's never good.
I mean, they checked out last year, too. They're really accustomed to it. So, yeah, the Texans are losing this game. It's just by how much. And the Rams are going to cover. I'm with you on that. They got rid of Mark Ingram. So, like, how can they possibly win now?
No, yeah. There is zero trust.
No, negative trust.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a joke, but it's kind of the way things are heading there. There's really no trust with anything going on.
No, yeah, that whole franchise, it's been screwing up for years, and this is like the culmination of it all. So the next game, this is actually a much more interesting game. So we got some that other game that wasn't so interesting out of the way. Titans at Colts. Colts are a 1.5-point favorite. The Titans are starting to figure things out, and that's why I'm picking them. I'm actually going to go with the Titans here. I'll take the points, and I mean, at this point, I'm basically saying they're going to win. I think the offense is starting to figure things out. They're able to use, Henry's still being incredible, and even though I think the Colts are a good team, I just think the Titans can win. So I in that situation, I'll take the points, and see what happens.
Okay, I'm going Delta for a couple of reasons. I'm taking Indianapolis -1.5, and my reason on it, this was the one that took me the longest to pick, but I'm sensing this like high for the Tennessee Titans right now. They're on that high. They're winning. They're winning in prime time, and I think that the Colts have a good run defense, and as you've seen, the more you see a run defense, or the more you see an offense, the better your defense has a chance. So I'm just kind of feeling Indy at home and kind of I thought it should be an upset. I really thought the Titans should be favored in this game, but I'm not letting that scare me away, and I'm going to go ahead and take Indianapolis. Now, another team that has let me down with these big point spreads is those Detroit Lions. And Philadelphia is coming into town as a 3.5-point favorite versus Detroit. I have to go with Philadelphia in this. Give the 3.5 points. I just think that they're the better team. Famous last words, Detroit looking for that win, but I got to go with Philly. I don't know about you, Alec. How you feeling about this game?
The Lions are due. Give me that Delta. I'm going to catch you on this one if I lost one earlier, because I feel pretty good about it. This is the Lions game, man, to finally win. Hurts is, I may have already made this quip, but I'm going to say it again if I have. He's the Bortles of 2021. The guy is just like not good. Fantasy points be damn. he's playing really poorly, and I just don't think it's winning football. And guy doesn't have Flacco mentoring him, so how can he possibly win? So it's just downward spiral for those guys. I'm gonna pick the Lions here to finally pick up their first win. All right, dude, this is a crap game. I hate this. So you have the cold Panthers going into the Falcons, who may be like figuring things out. I don't know. Falcons are a 3.5-point favorite, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcons, even though I hate it. I think Darnold just not playing with confidence. McCaffrey is still out, and that's basically it. I think once McCaffrey's back, it kind of transforms the offense because dump off pass is much more electric. But at this point, they don't have that, and the Falcons, they have hit her. So how can you say no to that?
So Alec, are you saying is this a 3-point or a 3.5? Because I actually have 3 for this game. Make the call,
I misread. It's 3. Yeah.
Okay, it is 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's sandwiched between 2 3.5s. So I skipped the line, I guess.
Yeah, Alec can't read. You see the glasses there; they're supposed to help, but they're not helping. Hey, same reasons over here, man. I'm going with the Falcons. It's like Carolina has all these pieces that I really like, and they've kind of let me down this year as well. But the quarterback play just fell off a cliff, and here they are. And Atlanta is playing a little bit better than I expected. Carolina needs McCaffrey. They have all these nice weapons. They have a nice weapons on defense, just not playing well for whatever reason. A team that I would like to study, actually, and try to figure out what the heck is going on there. So the next game, divisional, best division in football, dare we say? I'm not sure.
For sure.
Yeah, the AFC North, man, and we're here as Ravens fans trucking along in this division where one loss seems like a tragedy. It's like, man, I look at some of the other divisions, and man, AFC North, the resurgent Bengals, the Ravens, and then you have Pittsburgh going to Cleveland this week, a 3.5-point favorite. Cleveland is at home against Pittsburgh. I feel like I'm going against the grain on this one, but I'm taking the Steelers to keep this game close. I feel like this game will be a field goal game. I feel like Pittsburgh's defense kind of negates that great running game in Cleveland, and going to put a lot of pressure on their quarterback, who is playing injured. Hats off to Baker Mayfield for playing through this major injury, but it's not going to get better in game. One hit. I mean, they're really going to have to protect their quarterback. For all those reasons, I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers for the upset here. This would be like a game I would bet the money line on. I'm pretty sure I'd be, it would be a good bet if they're 3.5-point underdogs. But yeah, give me the Steelers at Cleveland.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with the Steelers here. I think it's a field goal game. I'm not sure if they're going to win it per se, but it definitely feels coverable. So I don't have much more to say that you haven't already said. I think it's just difficult to go ahead and expect a Browns team that is very beat up to succeed in this situation. And the Steelers had to bye. So I think that helps out as well.
Sure does. That division familiarity always comes into play. And I mean, Mayfield's in pain. Like I give him credit for being just a tough guy, but I mean, damn, man, like, when he's on the turf and they're popping it back in again and it's already torn and he's definitely going to need surgery. It's hard to it's got to change your game plan to try to protect your quarterback because one hit and it's Case Keenum time. So, man, I don't know what's going on over there. It's a tough call.
It feels absolutely reckless. I don't really get it. I'm guessing that Mayfield thinks that he needs it in order to get his contract, but I feel like he's not worth the money anyways.
I feel like he's confident, cocky enough. Like, you got to be borderline cocky. He still thinks he can win a Super Bowl and be a hero, So yeah. I mean, seriously, I don't think he's helping his contract value by playing if he plays poorly. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's going to play poorly. He's going to make it worse.
And he's going to be hurt going into he's going to have surgery going into his contract. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't see it. I mean, it's unfortunate, I guess, that he got hurt and all. I mean, I don't wish injury on any of these guys. It's just like, dude, like I don't get it. I'm curious to see if this lasts. So we'll see what they end up doing. All right, next game, dude. 49ers at Bears. The 49ers have been letting me down a little bit this year. I think Kyle Shanahan's lost his marbles. The 49ers are 4-point favorite. Just giving half points everywhere. I'm going to go with the 49ers here over the Bears just because despite it's like the battle of the two annoying coaches, Kyle Shanahan, who's not using his highly draft capital guys, I can rant all day about that. And then and same with the Bears. For a while, they weren't using Fields. And I don't know what the heck's going on with the Bears. They're down, actually. I don't know if you saw, they're down Mac this game. He's going to be out. So I think that obviously impacts their defense. 49ers figure it out. They win the game away, and they win it by over 4.
Okay, Delta alert. Need like a sound effect or something.
The funny part is, because you told me before the show that there's a pattern, I already know who you're picking. I've established.
Did you pick up my pattern?
Oh, dude, I guessed it actually before you even started picking because I looked at my picks and I looked at I could see how he would switch. So I was pretty sure I knew what all your picks were after that.
Now, folks at home, I'm looking at you. Hopefully, I'm looking at the camera. Now, I told this man there was a pattern because I was kind of happy. It was like, it made me happy. I'm like, oh my God, I got a pattern here. And I picked it. And I tell this man that I have a pattern. That's all I said. And he figures out my pattern. And he knows my damn picks.
Well, like I said, I looked at my picks. I almost have a pattern. And I just was like, okay. There's a few along the way. I could see why he would go the other way. So
I am shamely now. Yes, I'm taking the Bears just because I made a pattern. That's the only reason. But
you couldn't break your pattern. You're so
far
down.
Break the paddles. Yeah, I was so far down. I mean, shit. It's 4:00 games. I got to keep this pattern going. No, yeah, I legit took the Bears. I don't pick them in order, by the way. I pick the obvious ones and then go back. So it was kind of I was fascinated by my pattern. You know what I mean? But
okay, I see.
So But yeah, I pick the Bears in this game. I feel like they're due for this upset. I think San Francisco is like on the verge here, especially with the Cardinals putting on the pressure and the other good teams in the division, even with Russ with the messed up digit, I'm not going to show you which one he messed up, by the way. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears in this one. 4 points. Hey, I figured I might delta you on this one and see what I have going. Now this one, man, New England at Los Angeles. Yeah, I'm picking New England, Alec. Yes, yes, you knew this already. I don't know. I feel like the Chargers are at home coming off a bye week, which automatically, and then New England's traveling across country, which automatically, those are all my signs. But something tells me with Belichick and Herbert, and then this Chargers wretched run defense versus what Bill Belichick likes to do best is run the ball. So, from a matchup perspective, I'm feeling New England on this. If I'm getting specific, I'm saying, all right, Belichick threw some different coverages at Herbert, blitzes at the right time, learn something from the Ravens. And then when New England has the ball, I expect them to just keep running and running and running until the Chargers, 5 points too. So I'll take New England on the road. I'll take the 5 points. So what's your pattern here? What's going on,
Dude? No, I really don't see that happening. I think
Okay.
the Chargers had their bye. They got their butts whooped the week before. They need to prove something. They're at home. They have all the firepower to do it. I feel like it's a slam dunk that they'll be able to win this game. I think
You
they
know
can win
what?
5-5.
I'm making that my lock. That is my lock right here. Change the lock. You got me
Wait, so
flustered. And by the way, I don't.
You gotta tell me your previous lock when we get there, though, because I'm very curious. I was looking at it, I was like, where is his lock going to come from?
Yeah. It was a couple of games away, but I don't know how you figured out a pattern when I picked 5 games different than you. So I think you're full of it, man. But go ahead. It's your intro. Big shot. Go ahead.
Oh man. All right, dude. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry. Jags at Seahawks. Seahawks are a 3-point favorite. So they're saying the Seahawks with Geno Smith are the same as the Jags. Wow. How the tides have turned with Russell Wilson out. I think the Seahawks, I watched that game. I was watching it last week. I think the Seahawks will learn that playing scared and not throwing to their 2 elite wide receivers is really stupid. And I think they'll just carry the darn team, just like Metcalf did on that one play. I mean, all their offense basically came from one play from him just being an alpha. And maybe they'll look at the film. I think they have a boneheaded coach as well. What is it like? If you think half the world's dumber than you, and you always think you're on the other side. I feel very confident about this with that stupid coach, man. It just blows my mind. I don't care who your quarterback is in the NFL. If you're, if you made it that far, and you have those kind of passing weapons, it's crazy to me to not throw it to him. Figure out a way. Like he knows how to throw. But anyways, I digress. Seahawks are going to figure out a way to win this, and they'll win by more than 3 points.
Going with the Hawks. Go Hawks. Isn't that what Russ says? Go Hawks. They can't get Russell back soon enough. And, I have him a sad Russell Wilson fantasy. I got to share of him. And then I got to share a Lockett in another league. And this whole thing makes me mad. But I do feel like Seattle is just the better team. The longest of trips going from Jacksonville to Seattle. Not the technically longest.
Yeah, true.
But, I mean, it's a tough place to play. It's a tough trip. I fear the weather's going to be nice and rainy and October-y and Halloween-like up there. I'm just going to go with the team that I think is going to win. I think I like Trevor Lawrence better than Geno Smith. I can tell you that much. But I like the other pieces that the Seahawks have. So was my previous lock before I got emotional and changed it. I apologize to all the.
That's really interesting that you locked that in. Just like after watching how they were playing, it's like hard to think that they'll figure out a way to win. I don't know, man. Like you're down by 3 points the whole game. I guess they were trying to be conservative, but come on,
What are you talking about, man? You lost me there.
So the Seahawks played the Saints. It was like a 13-10 game, right? Like that was the final score.
Yes.
Yeah, you're down by 3, and they're just like, we're gonna run the ball the whole time, like the whole second half. That's all they did. It's not even like they have Carson anymore. It's like Alex Collins saved the day. I mean, come on. I thought it was stupid. It really made no sense to me.
But I was really disappointed in the Saints last week. I was really disappointed in what I saw and how they're operating. And Jameis Winston, to me, it looks better on the stat sheet or whatever.
Oh yeah,
than it did in real life. Yeah, I was really, really kind of struck aback about Jameis Winston looks like a completely different player. And I mean, some of it is good, you know what I mean? The turnovers and such. But that explosiveness is gone. And then New Orleans doesn't have the weapons. So Tampa Bay -5.5 going to New Orleans. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I just outlined why I'm down on the Saints. But, I do like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, obviously good team. So when you're looking at a game this important, a road win, division win, I expect the Buccaneers to come out firing and beat New Orleans by a good amount. This actually was my lock. I like Tampa Bay in this game.
Yeah, the Bucs. The Bucs are going to win this game, in my opinion, and not screw up the cover like they did a couple games ago. Yeah, the Saints, I've been lower on them than you the whole year, but even after, I definitely after watching that game, I was even I was like, I feel confirmed, my biases are approved. But yeah, the Bucks, man, they're a real deal team. Leonard Fournette looks like he's got new legs and is playing much better, and it's a good team. All those pass catchers, even with I mean, it sounds like Gronk may play. He's like on his way back, but AB is probably going to be out. He's like on crutches. I didn't even know he was hurt, and now he's on crutches. But anyways, yeah, I think the Bucks win, dude. The next game, by the way, like you might find out. I also have a pattern at the end, which is like I looked from the bottom up, and that's how I was able to guess. But yeah, here we go. Washington football team at Broncos. I'm dealing with the Broncos here, dude. I hate it, but Fangio, I guess you can get a dub. You've been on a downward spiral ever since we beat you, and maybe you finally figured out that running the ball there was an okay thing, and you can have a win now. Also, I think Judy's coming back, which helps, obviously.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, I say definitely. I've definitely been looking forward to him coming back.
You having fancy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been that guy, man. Most points in 8th place, second most points in 7th place. Like I'm having that kind of year. And dude, like I'm missing Montgomery, I'm missing Judy. Like I'm looking for the Super Bowl. I'm looking for the Super Bowl end of the season because I drafted a couple of monsters. But yeah, I'm going with Denver as well in this game. I think you outlined it pretty well. Washington just doesn't have its stuff together. Judy coming back, I'm going to go with, I think maybe eventually they're going to turn this thing over to Locke and see what they have, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think one thing to talk about too with this game is that the Washington football team, similar to the Browns, have an injured player, like one of their stars. Antonio Gibson has that shin injury. He's playing every week. He kind of doesn't look right. He looks so good to week 1, dude. I was all over him in fantasy, and I picked him week 1, and because Ravens were Monday night game, I was able to watch that game on 1 o'clock. Football's back, and I was like, dude, this guy's like great. Like he might not have gotten a touchdown, lay up the stat sheet, but like just watched him, he looked good, and now he doesn't look as good, and he's not getting as many snaps because he's hurt, and it's really frustrating. So yeah, I think that's really hurting their team. Obviously, like losing Fitzpatrick hurts. And even though Heineke's playing okay, like it's just not the same. So, disappointing start of the season for the Washington football team.
Okay. Hey, Dallas -2.5 going to Minnesota Sunday Night Football. Dak, will he play? Will he not play? I kind of feel like I kind of feel like he's not, because when I heard I would play, if it was a playoff game, I'd play. That means this ain't a playoff game, Jack. Like he kind of hedged his bets, but at the same time, Dak is just, I mean, as you know, man, as he's shown, a gamer, tough dude. I'm still just, Dak or no Dak, I'm taking the Cowboys in this game. I've just been so impressed with how they've played both sides of the ball, offense, defense. You have Ezekiel Elliott, you have all those weapons in the pass game. You have Tony Pollard, so I just feel like that they're by far the more complete team than Minnesota, and I'm just gonna stick with the Cowboys, as you know.
Dude, Cowboys always cover. So I also went with the Cowboys. The thing is, though, like I guess an idiot. I had no idea that this Dak controversy was a thing. Like I'm starting him in fantasy football. I had no worries about that. So I guess I should be reading the injury reports a little bit closer. Yeah, I mean, because obviously that's like a huge swing in this game if he plays or not. But yeah, I have the Cowboys. I'm gonna think he plays, and like you said, the weapons there. I mean, they're almost good enough, right? Like I don't know who their backup is now that Dalton's gone, but just get the ball out. Your weapons can do the rest. I think Gallup is coming back if he's not already back, so like that also helps their offense too. All right, dude. Last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Giants at Chiefs. The Chiefs are a 9.5-point favorite. The Chiefs here, fun fact, Chiefs, 17 out of 20 games have not covered. And I've been feeling that because I keep picking the Chiefs to darn cover, and they keep not doing it. I think they only did it once, and it was like that close game with the Washington football team. Or at least it was close in the first half, and I was like watching that and just wondering what the heck was going on. Yeah, so but I think they're going to do it here because the Giants are still looking to have all their offensive weapons out. every player of explosion, like explosiveness, is out essentially. And the Chiefs like really need to figure things out. They're at home. Yeah. And it sounds like Mahomes has like recovered from the concussion, so should be good to go. Give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs, 9.5 points against the Giants, no problem. Arrowhead. The Chiefs are in must-win, must-figure-it-out territory. I expect that they are going to have problems on defense all year. I really do. But this Giants team, unless Saquon flashes back and just takes over this game should not be close, like by any means. So,
Is Saquon playing? Like, I was under the impression he's still out. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, if he does play, I haven't checked, but if he does play, he's bound to be limited. I thought he was hurt this last time. Like, I know his foot swelled up, you know what I mean, to a balloon size. So, I mean, even if he would come back, which I don't think he is, he's not right. And then they got major problems in New York. Like, it might be time for yet another, like, the ghetto boss, bro. The ghetto boss might need to go, man. Like, I'm sure that's, being here away from New York. I don't know if they're talking about that, but man, they kind of need a fresh start and just, look, let's build an offensive line. Let's sign a couple of our defensive players we like, but just let them all go, The
New York franchises are just like the weirdest franchise. Like, respect to Joe Flacco, but the Jets, like, you suck. Like, why are you using draft capital for the future? 5th round, maybe 6th round pick, like, to get a guy that's not going to, like, I don't know, save you. Like, you're not going to win the division. You're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to like winning actively hurts. Don't try to do it. Like, what are you doing?
And also it makes me feel good as a Ravens fan. I know if Ravens fans watch this, that Joe Douglas could have been that guy that we groomed to replace Ozzie. I mean, he was right there with EDC the whole time. Been in the organization for a while. Joe Douglas took over the Jets, and like everything that he's done, I've been like, oh, it'll work out. Joe Douglas knows his stuff. Oh, it'll work out. Joe Douglas knows. Alec, man, like what are we thinking here? Like, there's some major issues, like you said, with the Joe Flacco thing. I didn't like the Zach Wilson pick. I thought there was only one franchise quarterback in this draft, and that was Trevor Lawrence. I didn't see it in Fields. I thought I saw maybe some kind of, offense you could run with Fields, but they don't groom their Ohio State quarterbacks to be NFL ready. It's kind of a thing above my pay grade to understand, but I've heard other people talk about it.
It's a common trend. Yeah, it's a common trend at least.
Yeah, and Mac Jones, I wasn't sure about. Maybe he is the real deal, but I don't understand the Zach Wilson pick. I know you need a quarterback, but man, Trey Lance, I think, could be good, and I just didn't see it with Mr. Wilson. So, would be nice to take some pieces off of that Jets team. I think they have some definite pieces on defense, but yeah, they're kind of in no man's land.
Dude, in the offseason, we should do a show about dynasty building, like how we would build our rosters. I think it'd be fun.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Because I do get into other teams more during the off season. Self-scout and Raven stuff. So, but Alec ran a little long today. I appreciate your time and patience.
No, it was fun though. We had some extra conversations this time rather than just like
some conversations. Got into it. I mean, you are the man at Ravens Recap. I mean, he wouldn't put it up there on the screen if he wasn't the man, bro. So you see it right there at Ravens Recap. Follow him. See his pod. He's got all these famous people on there. Lamar was on the program last week. He's got, he's got JK and Gus detailing their injuries very in detail on Ravens Recap. Who else we have?
Peter's, he's also talking about his injury, and
Peter, yeah.
It's like we got Peter's there, and we got Chris Board also on the show now. But man, it's fun. A lot of fun times. Looking forward to doing our bye-week show, and actually really excited about our Vikings show coming up. We have a pretty cool guest, so yeah, definitely give us a sub if you want to get some more Ravens content, your podcast player of choice.
All right. Well, hey, to anybody out there watching, I appreciate you. Hopefully the graphics will be back this week. I'm not sure what happened. I watched the preview with my own eyes. Technology is not my friend. So, Alex, say goodbye to the people. Thanks, football family. Love y'all.
See y'all, guys.